Welcome to the Frisco Podcast. I'm your host, Scott Ellis, and this week we're going to try something a little bit different. We're going to do a rundown of things that you might have missed, or in case you missed it, happening around Frisco. And we're going to pull from a bunch of different sources and learn a little bit about some things that are happening in Frisco that you may or may not have heard about yet. But we've got some interesting news updates, so let's go ahead and dig in. The first one I've got for you is the Uber Elevate project that's coming to Frisco. Now, you're probably familiar with the company Uber, who will bring you a car. You just order it up on the app and somebody will come and take you wherever you want to go. Uber is working on a project called Uber Elevate, where it is shared aircraft for short distance travel. So Frisco is going to be one of the first test beds, one of the first places where they're going to try this out, with test flights starting next year. That's in 2020, and commercial availability hopefully in 2023. But what they've got going is a landing pad. It's a helipad of sorts that will be anchored in Frisco Station. And you will be able to go down there, call up an Uber Elevate, which looks like a small airplane, but it's got a couple of rotors that rotate on the wings for vertical takeoff and landing, and then obviously horizontal travel. And the route will be from Frisco to DFW Airport, and it will take nothing more than 7 minutes. So for those of you that are traveling up and down the toll road or down 121 to get to the airport, this is going to be a really, really cool thing. It's certainly an interesting answer to at least a part of the traffic problem we have going on here, and a ton of cool factor. And we're very excited for Frisco not only to be a part of that, but at least at this point, it looks like we're going to be the first place they're going to be testing it out. So definitely check out the link below to that. There's some cool videos embedded in the article that we link to that'll give you a sense of how that's going to work and what that's all going to look like. In Texas Legends news, we've got something really exciting here. If you remember Jason Terry, if you're a Mavs fan at all, you remember Jason Terry. Jason was Sixth Man of the Year and was just a really beloved player on the Mavericks. Well, he has been brought on board with the Texas Legends as a part of the front office staff. So he's going to be the assistant general manager for the Texas Legends starting this season. So we're super excited to have Jason Terry on board. You know, a lot of great NBA players have been a part of the Texas Legends after their NBA careers were over, done a lot of great things for the team. This was one I didn't see coming, but I got to tell you, I'm super excited to see Jason Terry coming on board. So, Jason, welcome to Frisco. We love having you here. Now, also on sports, if you haven't been keeping up with high school football, our own Lone Star is currently top of the 5A rankings. As of the time of this, they've had I believe 119 points this year so far. They're 3 games in. They are undefeated. So they're sitting at the top of the 5A. They are definitely a team to keep an eye on this season. And if you caught an earlier episode with Hustle and Pro, you know that there's a couple other schools here in Frisco in the 5A that are also very worth keeping a super close eye on. And those would include Frisco Reedy, who we know has been just a really excellent football program, especially for one that is so young, and also Frisco High School. So go check out the latest episode of Hustle and Pro, where Kelly talks to Greg Tepper. He gives you a great rundown of high school football in Texas in general, but with some particular emphasis, of course, for us on Frisco football. So go check out that episode, and I will also link to a post that has the current rankings of the 5A teams, so you can check that out if you're interested. And then last but not least, let's talk about a couple of upcoming events. It is going to be a big weekend in Frisco coming up. So on Saturday, there are a number of events happening. But the two that I want to call out are, first and foremost, Frisco Oktoberfest, starting at 5 p.m. And along with Mayor Cheney, I will be there to tap the keg, and we'll kick this thing off right. Our Frisco Oktoberfest is one evening only. That's 5 to 10 p.m. in Frisco Square. And we'll have links here in the notes for this episode. Go check that out. It's going to be a really fun time, very traditional Oktoberfest. If you want to learn more about that, I will link to both the article, the video, and the podcast episode we have about it. This is a fun one for us because Oktoberfest was an event that we thought about for a long time at Lifestyle Frisco, but it was really something that needed to get put together by the pros, and the folks at SBG Hospitality have done it again. We're really looking forward to this event, so be ready for that on Saturday at 5 p.m. And then a little later in the evening, starting at 7 p.m., is the Mariposa Masquerade Gold Party. So if you've heard about the Gold Party in the past, you know that this is a big event where everybody gets dressed up, kind of gold themed, and it is all benefiting the Kids Who Shouldn't Have Cancer Foundation. And that's a really, really touching story. We'll have some links to how that came about and the woman whose son had cancer and why she started this foundation. But it's a great, great cause. It supports the Kids Who Shouldn't Have Cancer Foundation, which is raising money for pediatric cancer. And it's a beautiful event. It's a ton of fun. And again, that is happening Saturday night at 7 p.m. So if you're a real trooper, or if you happen to be a media sponsor like us of both of those events, I'll see you at Oktoberfest. I'll be there for a little while, and then I got to go home, change, and head out to the Gold Party. Hopefully we'll get a chance to run into you at one of those two events. If you do, please come up and say hello. Would love to meet you in person. And I hope that was a good rundown. Let me know what you think of this. We'll try to do some more of these in the future just to help you stay up to date with all of the incredible things that are happening around this amazing city. So thank you all very much. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you next time.